The story of baby Moses. A long time ago, God's people, the Israelites, lived in Egypt. The king, Pharaoh, was very mean. He made them work as slaves and even made a terrible rule. Every baby boy must be taken away. One Israelite mother had a baby boy. She loved him so much that she hid him for 3 months. When he grew too big to hide, she made a little basket that could float on the river. She placed her baby inside and set him gently among the tall grasses by the riverbank. The baby's big sister Miriam hid nearby to watch. Soon, Pharaoh's daughter came to the river. She saw the basket, opened it, and found the baby crying. Her heart was touched with love. She decided to keep the baby as her own. Miriam bravely stepped forward and asked if she could find someone to care for the baby. Pharaoh's daughter agreed, so Miriam brought their own mother. God had made a way for the baby's mother to care for him safely. Later, Pharaoh's daughter adopted the child and named him Moses, which means drawn out of the water. God had saved Moses because he had a special plan for his life. Moral of the story: God always watches over us, even in scary times. Just like he protected baby Moses, God protects and cares for us. God has a special plan for every person's life.
David and the sheep. A long time ago, in the town of Bethlehem, there was a boy named David. He was the youngest of 8 brothers, and while his older brothers went off to do important things, David stayed home to care for his father's sheep. Every day, David led the sheep to green grass and fresh water. He watched over them carefully to make sure they were safe. When the sheep were afraid, David played his harp and sang songs to God. His music made the sheep calm and happy. Sometimes wild animals came to hurt the flock, but David was very brave. With God's help, he fought off lions and bears to protect his sheep. He loved them and never ran away when danger came. David's heart was full of love for God. While he watched the sheep, he prayed, sang, and trusted God to keep him strong. One day, God chose David for something even greater: to become the king of Israel. But before that happened, God was teaching David to be brave, faithful, and caring while he looked after the sheep. Moral of the story: God prepares us for big things through small, everyday tasks. Like David, we can be faithful, brave, and trust God even in little jobs. God sees our heart, not just our size or strength.
Daniel and the Lion's Den. Long ago, God's people lived in the land of Babylon. One man named Daniel loved God with all his heart. He prayed to God 3 times a day, no matter what. Daniel worked for King Darius, and he did his job so well that the king trusted him more than all the other helpers. This made the other officials jealous. They wanted to get Daniel into trouble, but they couldn't find anything wrong with him because Daniel was honest and faithful. So they made a sneaky plan. They went to King Darius and said, "Make a new law. For 30 days, no one may pray to any god or person except you, O king. If they do, they will be thrown into the lion's den." The king agreed and signed the law. But Daniel kept on praying to God, just like before. He knelt by his window 3 times a day, thanking and asking God for help. The jealous men ran to tell the king. King Darius was very upset because he liked Daniel, but the law could not be changed. So Daniel was taken and thrown into a den full of hungry lions. The king said to him, "May your God, whom you serve so faithfully, rescue you." That night, the king couldn't sleep. He worried about Daniel. Early the next morning, he hurried to the lion's den and called out, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God rescued you from the lions?" And Daniel answered, "My God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths. They have not hurt me because I trusted in him." The king was overjoyed. Daniel was lifted out of the lion's den, safe and unharmed. Then the king made a new rule. "Everyone in my kingdom must honor and respect the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, and his kingdom will never end." Moral of the story: trust God, even when it's hard. God protects those who are faithful to him. Just like Daniel, we can be brave and keep praying, no matter what.